Pip and the Magic Words. In the middle of the sparkling blue ice lived a young penguin named Pip. Pip was very fast and very energetic. He loved to slide on his belly across the slippery frost, shouting "Whee!" as he zoomed past the sleeping seals. To Pip, every snowy hill was a racetrack, and every day was a chance to be the fastest penguin in the Antarctic. One chilly morning, Pip's friends, Flurry and Siku, were busy near the water's edge. They were carefully stacking smooth, round stones to build a tall tower. It was the most beautiful tower they had ever made. "Be careful," Flurry whispered, placing a tiny pebble on the very top. "It's very wobbly, but it's perfect." Pip came sliding toward them like a fuzzy cannonball. "Look at me! Look at my supersonic slide," he cheered. He didn't see how close he was to the tower. Flurry jumped back and waved her flippers. "Slow down, Pip. Watch out for our tower," she called out, her eyes wide with worry. But Pip was going too fast to stop. Crash! He tumbled right into the pile of stones. The beautiful tower fell apart, and the pebbles scattered everywhere across the ice. One of the stones even slid right into the cold water with a loud splash. Siku stared at the empty spot where their hard work used to be. Pip stood up and brushed the snow off his tummy. He saw that Flurry looked very sad. Her head was hanging low. Pip felt a strange, tight feeling in his chest, but he didn't want to admit he had made a mistake. "Well, you shouldn't have built it right in my way," Pip huffed, crossing his flippers. Siku picked up one of the remaining stones. "We were here first, Pip," he said quietly. "We worked all morning on that." Pip didn't know what to say. He felt grumpy and embarrassed, so he turned around and waddled away. "I don't care. I'm going to find a better hill anyway," he called over his shoulder. Pip waddled until he reached the great ice bench, where the oldest penguin, Pax, liked to sit. Pax had seen everything that happened. He looked at Pip with kind, wise eyes. Pip stopped and looked at his feet. "My friends are being boring," Pip muttered. "They're mad just because of some silly rocks." Pax sighed, a sound like the wind through the snow. "Rocks can be replaced, Pip, but feelings are different," Pax said softly. "When we hurt our friends, even by accident, it leaves a crack in the friendship. There is only one thing strong enough to mend that crack. Do you know what it is?" Pip shook his head. "It is the magic of saying, 'I'm sorry.'" Pip thought about the tight feeling in his chest. He realized it wasn't grumpiness. It was sadness because his friends weren't playing with him. He waddled back to the water's edge. Flurry was sitting alone by the scattered rocks. Pip took a deep breath. "Flurry? I'm sorry I broke your tower. I was being reckless, and I shouldn't have blamed you." Flurry smiled, and the sadness left her face. "Thank you, Pip. That makes me feel much better." Siku came back with a new, shiny stone. "Want to help us build a new one?" he asked. Pip nodded happily. He realized that saying "I'm sorry" wasn't scary at all. It was the best way to start a new adventure with his friends.